Hello. Hello, girly pops. My name is Singular Dubs, and welcome back to Hello. I do not know about you, but I feel like we as a collective barely survived 2024. And to be honest, the beginning of 2025, January of 2025, felt like it was freaking 10 months long. But 2024 was a little bit rough, okay? But it also taught me who I am, what I want, and what I don't want. And today we're here to talk about it because although it is February, we are here to talk about the ins and outs of 2025 and what we're living in the years past. And the drink of the episode is just water. We do not have any fun drinks, but water it is. Also, oh my gosh, this is our 10th episode. We have beat the statistics because I think it's something like 73 or 75% of most podcasts do not pass the 7th episode. So this is our 10th. I'm literally winning in life right now. But besides that, girlies, this year is a year of intention, and I'm going to make sure that every decision, every habit, every relationship reflects that. So if you too are ready to leave some shit behind, let's just get into it. Number one thing that is out, number one thing that we are leaving behind is trying to explain yourself to people who have already made up their minds about you. Have you ever noticed how some people just want to stick with judging you, not understanding you, arguing? Some people generally just like that, and I used to waste so much freaking time trying to make them understand my point of view, my opinions, the way I saw things. It was absolutely exhausting. And I had a coworker, and I still have this coworker. Oh my gosh, I hope he doesn't watch this. He was convinced that I was generally just a brat because one time he was talking to me and I looked at my Apple Watch because I got an email. And to him, I was the most disrespectful human in the world. And after that, él me hizo la cruz. Like, he never really wanted to talk to me again. He started just being weird after that just because he thought I was disrespectful. Mind you, it was a notification on a watch, okay? Anyways, I spent, I kid you not, months trying to make up with him to be like, okay, well, we can still get along. No. Now, at this point, I'm like, this is his problem. He had in his head that I was a brat, that I was disrespectful. It's fine. That is not my problem. That is his way of viewing me. That does not mean that that's the way I am. And listen, if someone is committed to misunderstanding you, let them. Let them. Their opinion of you is not your problem. And I think these two go hand in hand. Number two thing that we are living in the past is one-sided relationships. I don't know if you've heard the term bonsai versus cactus friends, where a bonsai friend is that friend that you have to water with a certain amount of water every day and make sure the sun hits it and make sure there's not too much moisture in the air. I don't freaking know. And then a cactus friend is a friend that you can text like once a month and you know that friendship is still very much alive, strong, it's there for you. As opposed to a bonsai friend, like if you're not there all the time, that friendship's gonna die. So, and not to say that bonsai friends are bad, but the bonsai friends that don't bonsai you, those are the ones we're living in the past. And mind you, this also goes with boyfriends and girlfriends and whatever, as love relationships, okay? If you are the one that always has to be checking in, making plans, trying to keep that friendship alive, please leave it behind. Do not put more effort than they're putting into you. Listen, 2025 is for mutual energy. If I have to be chasing reciprocity, I do not want it. Okay, I do not want to be there. I do not want to feel like I am your assistant trying to be like, give me a little bit of attention, please. No. Stop it right there. I'm living it in the past. Oh, and I feel like this might be a really, really quick episode because I know that I speak really fast. But mind you, I listen to everything in times 2 speed. So it's like, why would I not speak fast if I know people are going to fasten me up anyways? Mind you, this is my normal speaking speed. I'm not making it faster for the episode, but anyways, I guess I just speak fast and that's why the episodes finish as fast. I still talk a lot. I just talk at fast. But if you also feel like this episode is going by a little fast and you want a little bit more of me, don't forget to follow me, subscribe to the podcast, and just comment on this episode so that we can stay in touch with each other, girly. But let's reel it in, get back into the episode. Number 3 thing that we're living in the past is living in survival mode. Oh my God. I do not know about you, okay? But I've been going 150 miles per hour every day for the past year, okay? And what is the point of life if you're not enjoying it? And this might seem different for everybody, but I know at least me, work honestly takes the best of me. I do work a 9 to 5 still, and it's draining. I mean, sometimes I'm there really late, sometimes I get there really early, and it's very, very draining for a lot of reasons. And then going home and then feeling like I have to clean and like I have to make content and I have to do X, Y, and Z and everything else. I need to slow down because I'm not really enjoying anything that I'm doing. Like, I'm not enjoying my job. I'm not enjoying making content. I'm not enjoying anything because I'm trying to do so much and so fast that I am absolutely exhausted. And I just end up doing like the bare minimum at everything to be able to get by. So I'm literally on survival mode at every single point of the day. But in 2025, I'm actually making a point that I'm not going to just be surviving and just existing. I'm actually going to make it a point to have fun, to thrive, to not just wait the entire week for the weekend and the entire weekend for a 1 day per week vacation. Like, no, I cannot just do that, and neither can you. Honestly, whether it's for you to get a hobby, for you to go out with some friends, stop living for the weekend and just in survival mode. Because also, if you too have a 9 to 5 girly pop, I know it's rough. I know it's boring. It's annoying. You probably want to be an 11 a.m. Pilates girly, and that's just not our reality right now, and that's okay. But we cannot just sit back and say, well, my life sucks because I'm not a 11 a.m. Pilates queen. No, you are going to still enjoy your 9 to 5 on your 5 to 9. You still have a life outside of work, so just thrive in it. Another thing that the two of us are living out is apologizing for things that do not need an apology. Listen, I do not know about you, but I used to apologize for absolutely everything. It used to be like, oh, I'm sorry I'm talking too much. I'm sorry I'm talking too loud. I'm sorry I'm talking too fast. I'm sorry if I dressed up too much. I was sorry for everything. And I think still, like, subconsciously, the first thing I ever want to say is like, I'm sorry, but I'll stop myself because it's like, you do not need to be sorry. You are not sorry for this. Why am I apologizing? And I think in 2025, instead of being sorry for everything, we need to switch that word for thank you. So instead of, I'm so sorry for venting, you can say, thank you for listening. Instead of, I'm sorry for being late, you can say, thank you for waiting. But also, please don't be late. That is not polite at all. Do not be late. And do apologize if you're late, but you get the point, okay? But I still think that this is a small shift that changes a lot, because why is this a women thing? Like, why are women always saying sorry for everything? I do not hear men saying this. I really do not. Men are not really sorry. Like, men are proud of taking up space. Men are proud to just be there. Why are women saying sorry for everything? Because I have girlfriends that will also say sorry for the silliest things, and I'm like, oh girl, you do not need to be sorry for that. So why are we doing this? Bottom line, stop apologizing for just existing. You do not owe the world an apology. Number 5 thing that we're living in the past is entertaining the bare minimum. And listen, with friendships, with relationships, with jobs, you cannot entertain this. Like, if you have to beg for the bare minimum, that is not meant for you. That job, that friendship, that whatever it is not meant for you. You deserve the absolute best. Listen, I'm Hispanic. My standards regarding men are very, very high up here, okay? And I remember most of my American girlfriends, when I was dating after my divorce, they were like, well, you're never gonna find a guy that blah, 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 blah. And I was like, well, then I'm not finding a guy. Like, for example, I was like, well, I want a guy that's going to give me weekly flowers. And I want a guy that's going to speak my love language, which is, gift giving. And I want a guy that's going to open my door. And they're like, yeah, no, Americans don't do that. And I'm like, well, not my problem. Like, not the Americans I'm looking for, that's for sure. Like, the Americans I'm looking for are going to do it. And if they're not American, that's also okay. And guess what? During my dating era, I found a lot of guys that were willing to do all of the things that I wanted. They did speak my love languages. They did bring me flowers. They did take me out. So this means that you do not have to settle for the bare minimum. And also at your job, I remember the job I'm at right now, when I first interviewed, they offered me, I think, like $21 an hour. And I renegotiated it to like 25, which at the time felt like such a win. Cause it was an entry-level position, okay? I am now way past that, way past that, but I did not have to just be happy with the 21 an hour, with the 25 an hour. Always strive for more and do not settle for less than you know you should have. And lastly, we are not convincing anyone of our worth this year. If they can see it, they don't deserve it. 6th thing or 7th thing, I'm not really sure, whichever one it is, We are living out not trusting your intuition, not trusting your gut, because you and I both know that those times that your tummy's telling you, oh, you shouldn't do this, like you really shouldn't do this, and then you don't listen to your tummy and then you go do it, whatever it was, it ends up going like absolute shit. And then you're like, damn, I really shouldn't have gone. Like, I knew I shouldn't have, but I still went. Listen, we are not doubting our intuition just because we can't logically explain it. I think that's like your third eye is just the gods telling you, girl, we are here watching out for you and you're literally not listening. And honestly, it's 11 p.m. while I'm recording this, so I do not remember any specific situation that I can tell you this happened to me when I didn't listen to my intuition. I mean, I do, but I can just keep going back to it. Like, my intuition told me my entire relationship, do not marry this man, do not marry this man. I did not listen to my intuition, and then, well, restraining orders and cops had to be involved, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. But I do not want to keep going back to it. But regardless, listen to your intuition. That is your subconscious telling you, I know what's better for you. Please just listen. And you are choosing not to listen and things go wrong. Who else are you to blame but yourself? It's like, you knew. You just chose not to care. So we are leaving behind ignoring our intuition. And the last thing we're leaving out, because I'm desperately trying to get into the ends, is to be the strong one. Listen, we all know that one friend or that one cousin or whatever, that one person that is always really, really strong. And you're like, oh my gosh, their life looks like it's falling apart, but that person's keeping it together. Like, she's so strong or he's so strong, whatever. And if you don't know this person, it's probably you, okay? And that is not kudos to you. No. It's okay to have a little mental breakdown here and there. It's okay to feel like you can't do something by yourself. It's okay to feel like your life is crumbling apart. You do not need to keep it together at all times, at all points. That is not healthy. And you're actually doing yourself such a disservice, because by you pretending like you have it together, okay, you have everything together, you're telling your brain it's bad to admit that we don't have it together. So your brain is going to feel bad and it's going to keep trying to clump everything, and like pile it all up. And you're like, oh, I can't manage it. And then the breakdown is so much freaking harder than if you had just admitted, I am struggling right now. This is not normal. I am not okay. Maybe I need some help from, my support system, my friends, my family, my whoever. And if you had just admitted that earlier on, it would have been easier to do like crisis control, like control management, whatever, to keep things a little bit better than you breaking apart and having to throw everything out the window because you can't control it. So bottom line, don't be the strong one. It's okay to break. It's okay to need help. And it's okay to ask for help. I'm not being the strong one this year, you best believe. Okay, girlies, but let's move in onto the things that we're actually bringing in this year. And I think this first one, it's really important because it's going to go hand in hand with all of the other ones. And it's to start moving with confidence. Listen, confidence is not about being the loudest in the room, okay? It's about knowing that you belong there. No over-explaining, no begging for validation, no overthinking the situation. No. You belong there. And mind you, this is something that I feel like I've been struggling with lately because I've been getting invited to a lot of influencer events, creator events, whatever you want to call it. And last year in October, I got invited to an event from Huda Beauty. Listen, I've been a fan of Huda Beauty since 2012 maybe, when they first launched like the lippies that people used to make the videos like holding the box and then having like the matte liquid lip. I used to be a fan since back in the day, okay? To the point where in my country, we didn't have any like distributors of Huda Beauty and you couldn't really like order them into the country because my country is kind of a mess. Regardless, there were places that used to sell fake makeup. And yes, I know this sounds like crazy, but yeah, people sell fake makeup. They sell fake MAC, fake whatever it's out there, they sell it for fake, okay? And I remember me going to these places just to see the Huda Beauty lippies because I wanted one so bad, and I wasn't gonna buy the fake one because I was like, I mean, God knows what this is made it out of, but I used to go just to say, oh my gosh, this is what the boxes look like, even if they were fake. And I used to get so excited. Mind you, I was maybe like 13, 14 years old, okay? I was a child. So when Miss Huda Beauty herself, I mean, probably not herself, just her marketing team, but when I got invited by this brand that I've loved for such a long time to an event, I was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing here? My content is not even makeup. And I definitely wasn't confident in that place and time. And now I look back and I'm like, girl, you've been making content since like 2019, okay? You deserve a seat at this table. You deserve to be there. So why did I not have the confidence back then? God knows, but I have it now. This year, girlies, we are walking in like we own the place. Because listen, confidence is quiet, okay? It's a little silent. It's just a little whisper. But insecurities, oh, they're loud, okay? So just move accordingly. The number 2 thing that we're bringing in, and trust me, without confidence, this one is not moving forward, is protecting our peace like it's our full-time job. Girl, if something is disturbing my peace, whether it's a person, a habit, a toxic work environment, if it's disturbing my peace, is not going to come with me. This year, my peace is my priority. If it drains me, I don't do it. If it costs me my happiness, it's way too expensive. And honestly, you should be thinking this way too. And mind you, I do not mean things that get you out of your comfort zone, because getting out of your comfort zone, it's healthy, is improvement. It means that you're going to develop some character. So I don't mean things that are getting you out of your comfort zone. I mean things that are actually getting you out of a good mental space. Okay. Things that are putting you into distress, like silly shit. Like, for example, if someone's inviting you out to dinner and you generally don't want to go, but you just feel forced to say yes just because, you do not have to go to that. It's costing you your mental wealth. Like, do not go. Anyways, because I feel like I was getting a little bit too heated about that one, is that number 3, we are enjoying our life and not just documenting it. Besties, we are not living life just for the content, okay? We're actually living it. Now, mind you, I think that as a content creator, this is kind of like a really hard thing to balance out, and it's a constant struggle, to be honest. But listen, I am being so aware of this and so intentional about this year that I bought a cute little disposable cameras, and I bought a couple actually, but they turned out to be a lot more expensive than I anticipated. So then I moved on to a digital camera because it's expensive, to be honest, to develop the pictures. However, I always feel this pressure of I have to record everything. If I'm not getting 100 clips, like 100 pieces of video of whatever I'm doing, I'm not getting any content. It's like I wasn't even here. No, that's such a sick mentality to have. So because I always feel that way, I said, you know what? No, I can't keep living this way. Like, I'm not even enjoying the moment because I'm so freaking focused on documenting it, like making sure it's tangible that I was there. So with these little cameras, I'm like, okay, I'm going to just take one picture of this moment as a whole. And I actually got the idea from a girlfriend. We went to Tahoe together and she had like the disposable camera and she took like one picture. Like, I think she took 2 pictures the entire trip. And I'm like, are you gonna take more? And she's like, no, these are expensive. Like, you have to treasure them. It's like, really, for when it's like something special, that's when you take a cute picture. And it's like, I mean, sure, but why don't you just take it with your phone? And she's like, well, just to have something to show my kids, like if I have kids, and to just treasure this moment a little bit like closer to your heart, because you have just one piece of it. And that really clicked in my head. I'm like, damn, yeah, I mean, like, listen, I'm obviously not in my home and like I can see my like albums from when I was little, but when I was home, I used to look at the albums and like, like relive all these experiences and be like, oh my gosh, this was my first birthday, my second birthday, like, look, these are the pictures my mom took. But what am I gonna give my kids if I have kids? I honestly have no idea if I'm gonna have kids. But what am I gonna give my kids? My phone with my 15,000 photos in it? Absolutely not. Every single screenshot I've ever taken? No, I'm not gonna do that. So yeah, I buy the little disposable camera to just enjoy the moment. And honestly, whether you're a content creator or not, put the freaking phone down. Honestly, just enjoy it. Like, live it. Do not feel the pressure of taking 1,000 pictures to just get one good one for the feed. Because, girlies, when we get a little bit older, we're not going to live through Instagram. No, we're not. Number 4 thing that we're bringing in is to make choices that are going to make your future self proud, okay? Imagine that the you from a year from now is looking at you right now, okay? All of the choices that you're making right now are going to affect that person's reality. So before making a decision, ask yourself, is this something that my future self is going to be thankful for? Or is this something that my future self is going to have to heal from. And you can take it to any extent. Listen, I'm training right now for a half marathon. Is myself from a year from now going to say, thank you so much for running every day at 5 a.m.? Yeah, probably. I mean, her joints are probably going to hurt and her knees are probably going to hurt. But as a whole, running is a good habit to pick up. It's a healthy habit to pick up. Is me from a year from now going to say, thank you so much for staying every day till midnight watching TikToks? No. That's going to affect my sleep. It's going to affect my brain. So why am I doing it if she's going to be not proud of it? So take your decisions accordingly, girly. Is she going to be proud? Is she going to be happy? Is she going to be okay that you made that choice? Is she going to be okay with you dating that sucky frat boy that you've been talking to that kind of ghosts you on the side? No, that's probably going to cause her a little bit of trauma and a lot of therapy sessions, okay? So make your decisions based on your future self. Number 5 is letting people meet you at your level. Girls, there's no more shrinking to fit into spaces that you've outgrown. If someone can meet you at your level, that's literally their problem. And I've had this issue with girlfriends in the past where they'll tell me like, we're going out to get brunch, and they'll be like, okay, but don't dress up because I'm not going to dress up. Excuse me? Or we'll be going to work out and they'll be like, yeah, but don't wear a cute outfit. Like, just wear whatever t-shirt. Excuse me? Not because you feel good in sweatpants and a t-shirt means that I feel good in sweatpants and a t-shirt. So why do I have to dim my light so that you can shine? That's not how things work. Like, if we're going out to brunch and I want to wear the cutest fucking outfit and heels, I'm going to wear the cutest fucking outfit and heels. It's not about outshining you. It's about me feeling comfortable with whatever I'm wearing. And if you know that you're not going to feel comfortable around me because I'm going to be overdressed, then it's your choice. Like, do you not want to go out or do you want to dress up? It's your choice. I don't have a problem with you dressing down. Why do you have a problem with me dressing up? Because girlies, honestly, this year we are not dimming our lights to make other people feel comfortable. If they cannot feel comfortable around you because of who you are, that is very much so their problem. And trust me, that is not people you want around you. It's simply not. Number 6 is romanticizing your real life. Okay, we are not waiting this year for any like big moment, special moment to feel happy. We are making every single little thing of your day to day feel like it's giving main character energy. The best example I can give you is people always giving me shit about having to commute from Alameda to San Francisco. And they're like, well, why don't you just work from home? I do not want to. I love my commute, okay? I get to take the ferry every morning. And listen, I am extra, okay? I'm very, very extra. So I get in my little ferry and I'm like, oh my gosh, I get to read my book, my romance book, by the water with a view of San Francisco and the sun rising and you can hear the ocean. And girl, I'm having the time of my life in that ferry. Okay, I am having the time of I'm not commuting. No, this is a clip of a movie. Okay, you give me a Hallmark movie, I am living it. I feel like at any point, at any given point, I'm going to meet someone that's going to change my life in that ferry. I'm going to turn to my right, because I usually sit on the left. I'm going to turn to my right and see, I don't know, a CEO that's going to say, you need to partner with me in this. I'm making it up, okay? But I feel like the ferry is such a special occurrence of my day today, and this happens, I kid you not, every day, and I feel really special in it. So you have to look for the moments to make yourself feel special, whether that is doing your skincare, having a candle-lit solo dinner in your apartment. Girl, romanticize your life. Make yourself the main character of your story. Like, mind you, this is also, this might sound a little cheesy, okay? But you have to do it. Otherwise, what are you? A side piece? No. You are the main character. Believe it. And make, like, once you believe it, other people will believe it. That's it. Number 7 is taking aligned actions, okay? We are not manifesting without moving. Those two things, they kind of go hand in hand, okay? And mind you, I'm a huge believer that, you know, the universe is working for you. The life that you want is waiting right there for you. Yeah, for sure, it's waiting for you. Because I believe that if you can dream it, you can do it. And the life you want is waiting right there for you. But you still have to get there. You cannot put all of the pressure of making your manifestations come true onto the universe. No, girlie, that's literally not how it works. That's absolutely insane. Yeah, make your vision board, for sure. But break it down. Make a little Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. What am I doing to achieve all of my little things on my vision board? Is it realistic? Is it way too out of pocket? Are these things that I'm never, never, never like realistically going to be able to accomplish because I don't have a pathway to get there? Ask yourself these questions, because you're saying I'm manifesting it and leaving it up to the universe. That's not how things work. I'm way too OCD. I'm way too much of a realistic person to just leave it into like, oh, I'm making a cutesy photo that I'm putting on a poster. No, that is not how things work. The life that you want is absolutely waiting for you, but you have to take the steps to get there. Number 9 is that you have to trust that things will always work out for you and in your favor. Because life is not happening to you, it's happening for you. And if you haven't listened to that episode, girly, what are you doing? That was literally our first episode ever, and it was honestly such a slay. You have to trust the process, okay? Although sometimes whatever you're going through feels like your life is going to fall apart and you're like, why am I going through all of this? Oh my gosh, like this is fucking challenging. Girl, it's developing your character. It's building your personality. Listen, I do not want to bring it back to my ex and everything I went through with him. If I hadn't gone through everything I went through, I probably wouldn't be able to be talking to you right here, right now, with the confidence level that I have on certain topics, not on everything for sure. But if I didn't go through everything I went, my podcast would probably be very different. I'll probably be talking about whatever silly little TikTok drama that's going on with like Ash Trevino or whatever. I wouldn't be talking to you about mental health, about wellness, development, whatever you want to call it. It would be a completely different topic. But because my brain went through everything it went through, now I feel the responsibility of, oh my gosh, I want to help people feel better, become better, all of this type of thing. So girl, believe that everything will work out in your favor because the universe is working for you. And also, once you put that into the universe of like, yeah, the universe is working in my favor, the universe is going to say, well, I literally get no other choice than to work in this girl's favor. So might as well at this point. But you for sure have to believe it first so the universe can believe it. And well, girly pops, that is it for this episode. Thank you so much for giving me your time. If you feel like you resonated with any of the things I said, send it to a friend. Maybe they'll resonate too. And if you also feel like you didn't resonate at all and you're like, girl, you could have done better, okay? Like, I'm already way past all of this. I am above all of this. Already did all of those things and left all of those things behind. DM me with what you're doing because I would love to know what you're doing. I mean, maybe you are a super developed person that's like way in front of me in the race of life. But anyways, DM me, tell me what you're doing or what you're not doing because honestly, I love the chisme. I would love to hear where you're at. And without anything else to say, besitos.